Welcome to DSEJ Home Classes, an attempt to connect learner with the instructor, a digital initiative by Directorate of School Education. My dear students, today we will be discussing the next topic of the chapter Morphology of the Flowering Plants, and the topic that I am going to take today is the leaf. So my dear student, let us first talk about the structure of the leaf. The leaf is a lateral, generally flattened structure borne on the stem. The leaf, the plural is called as the leaves, is a dorso-ventrally flattened organ of the vascular plants and is the principal lateral appendage of the stem. Usually borne above the ground, and this is specialized for the process of photosynthesis. The leaves and the stems together form the shoot. Now, the leaf, it develops at the node and bears the bud in its axil. The axillary bud later develops into a branch. The leaves originate from the shoot apical meristem and are arranged in an acropetal order. The leaves are collectively referred to as the foliage. The leaves, when they develop, always develop. As I told you when I was discussing the topic stem, I told you that the stem is identified by the presence of nodes and internodes, and it is at the node that the leaves develop and bear a bud in its axil. The leaves, all the leaves of a plant together, they are referred to as the foliage. Now, the leaf originates from the shoot apical meristem. As you know, the meristematic tissue, it is present in the shoot and the root. The shoot apical meristem, it leads to the elongation of the shoot as well as also is responsible for the development of the leaf. The leaves are arranged in an acropetal order. I mean to say by this that the youngest leaf is at the tip and the oldest leaf is downwards. The leaves are the most important vegetative organ of the plant because the process of making of the food by the plants is done by photosynthesis, and the photosynthesis is done by the leaves, and therefore it's not would be wrong to say that the leaf is the organ of the plant because of which the survival of the plant is possible. Now let us discuss the structure of the leaf in little detail. Now as you can see in the figure, this is the leaf. One typical leaf is shown. A typical leaf consists of three main parts. First is the leaf base. Second is the petiole. This is the leaf base. This is the petiole. And this is the lamina. This flattened, dorso-ventrally flattened structure. This is the lamina. Leaf is attached to the stem by the leaf base. When the leaf, it is having the petiole, the leaf is called as the petiolate, and if the leaf is not having the petiole, it is called as the sessile leaf. The leaf bears two lateral leaf-like small structures. These are called as the stipules. In monocotyledons, the leaf base expands into a sheath covering the stem partially or wholly. In some leguminous plants, the leaf of the petiole may be swollen. That is, leaf sometimes show the petiole may be present, petiole may be absent. If present, the petiole can show various modifications. Apart from this, the leaf is showing this mid-vein region. This is called as the midrib of the plants, and these are the veins of the leaves. Now, this tip of the leaf is called as the apex of the leaf. The apex, the margins, the veins, the midrib and the base, they together form the blade of the leaf. The lamina of the leaf blade is the green expanded part of the leaf with veins and veinlets. There is usually a middle prominent vein which is also called as the midrib. Veins provide rigidity to the leaf base and acts as a channel for the transport of the water, minerals and the food materials. The shape, margin, apex, surface and extent of incision of the lamina varies in different leaves. As you can see here, my dear children, there are various shapes of the leaves and some of which are depicted here. If the leaf is elongated one, thin one, this is called as the linear leaf. It could be lens like when it is called as lanceolate leaf. This is oblong leaf. This is elliptical, ovate, cordate and several other types are possible in different plants. Again here the petiole is present here, petiole is not present here. If petiole is present, the leaf is called as the petiolate leaf. If the leaf is this petiole is absent, this is called as the sessile leaf. Now, taking that discussion of the petiole a little further, I have to tell you that as I told you that the petiole, if present, the leaf is called as petiolate. Now, it shows various modification. For example, it could be cylindrical or it could be grooved. In some cases, as in the Leguminosae family, the pulvinus of the leaf is sometimes a little swollen. This base of the leaf, this is called as the pulvinus. It could be winged when it is called as the, this is winged, that is petiole is having the wing-like structure. Now, if the petiole is thickened, succulent, this is called as phyllote. Here and here. And in some aquatic plant, the petiole is swollen into a bulb-like structure and it is difficult to demarcate which portion is the leaf and which portion is the petiole. Such a structure helps maintains the buoyancy of the leaf, keeps it flowing, and it is also called as the pseudobulb. Now, after the discussion of the petiole, another very important point of the leaf is the venation. What is venation? The arrangement of the veins and the veinlets in the lamina of the leaves is termed as venation. When the veinlets form a network, the venation is termed as the reticulate. For example, in this figure, when the veins and the veinlets they form the network, it is called as reticulate. When the veins run parallel to each other with the linear lamina, the venation is termed as parallel. Now, this is very important identifying feature of the plant to tell whether the plant is monocot or the dicot. For example, the leaves of the dicotyledonous plants, they generally possess reticulate venation while the parallel venation is a characteristic feature of the monocotyledonous plants. So, this venation means the arrangement of the veins in a plant, and it is very important for the identification of the plant in terms of monocots and the dicots. After the venation, I am discussing the next topic, and that is the phyllotaxy. As I told you when I was discussing the functions of the stem in my last lecture, I told you that one of the very important function of the stem is to take the leaves of the plant to a height so that they can be exposed to maximum sunlight so that they can cause photosynthesis. Now, when the stem takes the plant to a height, it arranges the leaves in certain pattern on the stem, and this arrangement of the leaves on the stem is called as phyllotaxy. Phyllotaxy is the arrangement of the leaves on the plant. It is the pattern of arrangement of the leaves. Now, There are various types of patterns of the leaves, and accordingly we have classified it into alternate, opposite, and whorled. The example of the alternate is the China rose, mustard. Example of the opposite is the Calotropis guava. Example of whorled is the Nerium. Nerium is a desert plant which shows the whorled arrangement of the leaves. Now, how does it look like? You can see here. The alternate means, as I already told you, that leaves always are born on the nodes, and if there is only one leaf present on one a node, for example, this, if it is like this, this is called as the alternate arrangement of the leaves, or the alternate phyllotaxy. Now, there could be one leaf on the each row, or there could be two leaves on the each row, for example, on each node. That is, there could be the possibility when instead of one leaf, two leaves arise from one node, and this is called as the opposite phyllotaxy. If the two opposite leaves on one node and the opposite leaf on the second node, they are present at an angle of 90 degree at each other. Such an arrangement, or the phyllotaxy, is called as the opposite decussate arrangement. But in some cases, number of leaves arise from one node, and such a case is called as the whorled phyllotaxy. And there is another case where a number of leaves are arising in the rosette fashion, and such a phyllotaxy is called as the rosette phyllotaxy. Now, alternate type of the phyllotaxy, in which the single leaf arises from the each node, and this is very common in China rose, mustard, sunflower. And opposite type of the phyllotaxy, this is opposite type of the phyllotaxy, which is common in Calotropis guava plant, and the whorled, it is this is seen in the Elstonia. Now, these are the types of the phyllotaxy, which means that in the alternate phyllotaxy, single leaf at each node; in opposite, two leaves in each node, and if they are present at right angle to their adjoining node, then this is known as opposite decussate. And whorled, when more than two leaves arise from the each node. Now, after we have discussed the phyllotaxy, I will be discussing the types of the leaves. My dear students, the world is amazing because of the wide variety of the plants present, and wide variety of plants means wide variety of the leaves. We have broadly classified the leaves into simple leaf and the compound leaf. Now, I will be telling you the difference between the simple leaf and the compound leaf. A leaf is said to be simple when its lamina is entire or uncised, means only the leaf is entire. That is, the incisions do not touch the midrib. If the incisions do not touch the midrib, this is called as the simple leaf. When the incisions of the lamina reach up to the midrib, breaking it into number of smaller leaves, to which we call leaflets. For example, this is the midrib of the leaf, and these lamina, they are reaching the midrib and thus making the presence of the smaller leaflets. Now, these leaflets, they make, this is one leaf, this is one leaf, but this is simple leaf, this is compound leaf, because we make a point that the leaf arises from this bud portion. Where is the bud? There is the start of the leaf. So, this is the compound leaf and this is the simple leaf. Leaves may have a single undivided blade, or the blade that is divided into parts. I will make my point clear here, that these are the types of the simple leaves. Now, you can see here is the entire leaf, and this is the incised leaf. That is, This is again this is incised leaf, but whatever the incision is there, it does not reach the midrib of the plant, hence this is termed as the simple leaf because no leaflets are there. Whereas in compound leaf, you can see this is the midrib along which the leaflets are present. There could be further complexity. The leaves may be of the two types, that is they could be pinnately compound. Pinnately compound means this is the midrib, again each midrib as you can see here, that is divided into smaller leaflets. It is unipinnately compound or it could be bipinnately compound like this, that is secondarily the leaflets are further divided and in such a way that the number of the leaflets are present on the common axis, the rachis, which represent the midrib of the leaf. In pinnately compound leaves, the leaflets are attached to the common points, that is at the tip of the petiole, as in silk cotton. Now, my dear students, leaves could have some modifications. Leaves are often modified to perform functions other than photosynthesis. They are converted into tendrils for climbing, as in the peas, or into spines for defense, as in the cacti. The fleshy leaves of onion and garlic, they store food. Some plants such as Australian acacia, the leaves are small and short-lived. The petiole in these plants is expanded, becomes green and synthesize food. Leaves of certain insectivorous plants such as pitcher plant, Venus flytrap, they are modified to trap the leaves. So the leaf is the amazing organ and these are certain modification types of the leaves. And my dear students, this is all about the leaf. And that's all for today. Till we meet next time with the next topic, and that is the inflorescence. Till then, that's all for today. God bless you. Stay safe.